Hello everyone, it is AD with Astrology, and I am going to be doing your pick a card reading, guys. So today we are looking into 5 years from now. What will your life look like 5 years from now? I'm coming at this again, always open, so the formula is going to take place as we go. Shout out to my pal oneers who are going to be a part of the experiment. But yeah, I just wanted to get a look at hopefully like the overall where you are, then get a look into your career, into your love life 5 years from now. So of course this video is timeless. I am currently posting this in 2021, so it'll be 2026 if you find this at the time, and if not, then just do the math for where you will be 5 years from now. Yeah, like I said, coming at this pretty open-ended. I'm going to specifically ask about career. I'm going to specifically ask about love. Hopefully we can look to see if there's any major moments that you should be on the lookout for. But I hope that you enjoy this reading, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. I super appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below if this sounds like it lines up with what you're trying to do. I'm tuned into the energies. While I was shuffling, I asked for Spirit to give me like your highest good. I mean, time and things can change, you know, so when you're doing predictions, anything can change. But I tried to ask into like your highest good, if you're on the path that you want to be on within 5 years, what can you expect to see? Because 5 years goes by for really fast. I already did a 1 year from now reading, guys, so you might want to check that out if that interests you, if you like these type of readings. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Please take a moment, meditate, see what card speaks to you, and I'll meet you over at your pile. Thank you so much. Peace until I see you elsewhere, right? So I'm gonna move everything over. You know the drill. Okay, move this down. All right. Hello, pile number 1 is AD with Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. Today we are looking at what will your life look like 5 years from now. I'm coming at this pretty open. Ooh, excuse me. So we'll see what comes out. As you know, my pal wonders, I have a special place in my heart for you because y'all are always the people who I end up like going through this with and kind of figuring out the rhythm. So I always appreciate you brave souls for joining me here, guys. Let's go ahead and hop straight into it. You know, I like to get straight into the shiz. So let's look at let's see what we're looking at. So we started off with this crystal enclave, and if you can look at the imagery here, as I said, I don't like to move it because of focus issues, but there's like 5 or 6 beasts, like these crystal beasts that are all around. So the one thing that I do feel that could happen for you within the next 5 years or something, or at least where you'll be in the next 5 years, you'll be surrounded by people, surrounded by energies, surrounded by hopefully good friends. We'll have to look into it. But again, like I said in the intro, this is about the highest good. So I think you'll be around good vibes, good energy, and good people, or you'll feel very supported. You'll feel like you're in the midst of a community, and that very grounded, and also just genuinely well protected. Right now I am getting like very much friends or like a community of some sort. So it could be within your workspace. It could be like if you were to join a group of some sort at 5 years from now. But let's get into it. Let's get into the cards and see what Spirit has to say. So I am going to start off a little different. I'm not doing the astrology card today, but I'm going to start off with an oracle deck, the enchanted map, which I really like because it can highlight different stages. So we're going to pull a few cards just to see what leg of the journey are you on, so to speak. And then we'll move into the tarot, guys. So let's go ahead and see what's in it for pile 1. Education 35. So some of you guys could be in school, looking at school, again, that community, or you could be finishing up school. So let's see where that is. Still learning, still in the process of gaining information. I'm getting a vision of the 9th house. Ooh, these literally fell out of my arm like that and I caught it. So yeah, ride the wave, 2 dolphins, beautiful, sad embrace and flying. Okay, so that's interesting to see sad embrace. So between now and the next 5 years, I do feel like something, I don't want to be like, oh, something bad happened. You could already be in this energy because like I said, it's interesting to have this feeling of friendships and being surrounded by people that you love. It could just be like right now, you like, I don't know where I fit in, or you're looking for friends. You know, Spirit hears you. I don't necessarily think that like, oh, something catastrophic is going to happen between now and the next 5 years. Of course, life has its ups and downs, so I'm not going to say that nothing bad is going to happen, but I'm not interpreting the card that way. I really do feel like you're coming out of your shell and you're flying, because all of these beautiful energy surrounding it, it just seems like this is kind of like on the back burner. Like I said, for some of you, you could be in this energy feeling, you know, like a pixie that doesn't know where to fly, with the feeling like a pixie without the dust. But I think that you're going to be along for the ride. So it's interesting to have ride the wave and flying. Both of those indicate some sort of traveling to me. So between now and within the next 5 years, you could be moving. Perhaps you could be doing something for education, or you just feel very enlightened. Some of you guys with education, and then we have Saturn brace under it, might take a break from education at some point between now and the next 5 years, and then you end up going to do something else because you end up going into, you know, some other part of life. Again, ride the wave, something more playful, something creative. And Spark is at the bottom of the deck, number 34. So you could end up getting a creative spark, and something's going to take flight. We'll get into it. We'll look into this card, but I really get the image. I really get the image of like somebody who feels super isolated, and then somebody who finds their tribe, because there's 2 dolphin energy here, and then taking off. So next 5 years, you will be taking flight. You will be moving in some sort of direction. Again, we have 2 represented here, 5. So changes in relationships is one way to interpret that. 8 and 9. So again, almost the completion of a cycle, encountering fated meetings, and it's almost at the completion of the cycle. So I do feel like within the next 5 years, you're still on the climb of some sort. You know, you feel supported, you're not isolated, but you're still on the climb. You're not like necessarily, you know, sipping mimosas on the beach quite yet. So that's where we're starting. So let's go ahead and move into the overall energy, where you'll be in 5 years. 3 of Cups, boom, friendships, being like really surrounded by other people, okay? Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Oops, the World. Yeah, I mentioned traveling and all the other stuff too. The Hermit. Death card. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so, you know, 5 years from now, there's going to be a major change that's happening. Like I said, I still feel like you're on the upward mobility track. I don't think that you're necessarily settled just because we have 1, 2, 3 major changes. Yeah, life-changing events that'll happen. We got 7 of Wands. That all in the camera. The Chariot and the 6 of Cups. So I honestly feel like you're breaking away from things of your past. You're breaking away from certain relationships, friendships, things that no longer served you. So I do feel like there'll be a major shift. So some of you guys could end up like be leaving a relationship, leaving a connection, leaving a friend group, but you're like meeting a new one. Again, we have all this soulmate energy here. So 5 years from now, you're really going to be finding your tribe, I think. And this is going to be the tribe that you're really sticking with. The Hermit, the Knight of Cups, Death, and the Chariot cards. So you're really breaking out of something. You're breaking out of your shell. You're breaking into the know-how. You're really comfortable in yourself. That's really what I'm getting. Of course, it comes with ups and downs. You know, I have been through this phase. It's not particularly fun, but it is a part of evolution and journey. So it really is teaching you about what you want out of this world and what energies you want to surround you. If you're watching this and you're just like, oh, brother, again, you know, I would assume that it could be pretty karmic with the Wheel of Fortune. It's destined, but 5 years from now, you will be meeting a soulmate, a soul tribe. I do think that you'll end up meeting a group of friends, and then from that friends, you could end up meeting somebody. If you're single right now, we'll dig into it to see what's going on. But that's really what I'm seeing as far as the overall, just major, magnificent changes from 25. I mean, you're coming out of your shell. The Hermit, Knight of Cups, the Death card. You're the Hermit no more, you know. And you're very determined. You're extremely goal-oriented. Like I said, you're still in the climb. You're working towards something. This could be something, you know, your education, something that you learned, something that you picked up along the way, but you are certainly moving towards something with a divine destination. Then we go Temperance card, again, other ninth house Sagittarius energy. But again, a lot of freedom, a lot of fun, a lot of travel. And that could be why you're moving. So like, let's say that you have a whole bunch of friends in one space and then you end up moving and you're just sad about the friends that you're leaving behind, but then you end up really meeting some super dope, awesome people. What did I say? The Lovers card. So this is all of the 5 years from now. This is all about friendships, connections, and the universe really putting you in the right position at the right time for you to get to where you want to go. Like I said, you're still building, you're still networking. But I just imagine, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. I do feel like this is kind of career oriented is what I'm feeling right now. We are going to specifically look into love. But yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like you're working towards something for sure. The Sun card, the Nine of Wands, yeah, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So there will be happier, look at that, the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there is happiness on the horizon. There might be like there's going to be some sort of difference. Let's go ahead and look into that Side Embrace card now that we're looking at it. It does feel like there's a defensiveness, but it ends up all working out for the better, you know. The Ace of Swords. Okay, so we got, yeah, Some of you guys, like, I'm specifically hearing higher education. So 5 years from now, you could be looking at into getting a master's, the Magician card. Or looking at, and if it's not education related, then you're really looking forward to heighten yourself within your career. You're looking forward to exercising your new talents in some way, shape, or form. And so you have to leave your comfort zone with the Hierophant. So you have to leave maybe your hometown, your homeland, whatever. And like you really are forced into a position where you're going to be, where there's just going to be a lot of changes here. Some of you guys with Temperance and that kind of Sagittarius energy that I was feeling, that ninth house, it could be long distance travel. You know, you could end up moving like across overseas or something. And that's why you're like, oh man, how am I going to be able to visit my family or what have you, something like that. I do feel like this is like a sacrifice for work. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. So it does feel very work oriented. It does feel very work related. Yeah, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So I do see that there is some like enlightenment. Again, Hangman, Pisces, 12th house, foreign travels. So for some of you, if you've been trying to manifest living overseas, going somewhere, then you can end up doing that. For some of you guys, it'll be for education. It'll be for learning something. Now, learning doesn't have to be traditional. It doesn't have to be like a traditional, oh, I'm in school because I'm learning business or whatever. It could just be like they have a trade. Me and my sister were watching this person, like she was living in Paris because she was modeling at the time. So she was still learning how to model and all that good stuff. So it could be for something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be traditional, but you will be learning something while you're there. It will be motivated, even with the Hierophant here that always talks about higher institutions. So you're going to be pushed out of your comfort zone to go somewhere. You're really divorcing yourself from your past. You're divorcing yourself from your childhood 5 years from now in order to go do something or challenge yourself or learn some different skill. The Empress, beautiful. So I really do feel like, again, you're just coming into your own. You're at the start. You're starting to feel like not necessarily that I guess it is that you've arrived. You're there. Now, what you do with that opportunity, we'll have to look into the 10 years from now reading, you know, I have to do another reading. But I feel like 5 years from now, you're really going to be like, okay, I'm here. I'm making a name for myself. I'm doing the damn thing. I understand what's going on. I'm comfortable in myself. I see what's headed. I'm in this new environment. I'm meeting these new people. I'm learning a new language. For some of you guys, you could be learning a new language. So just the sky is the limit. Honestly, I feel like you, my pal number oneers, at this time, you're dreamers. And I do think that at some point your dream is you're going to be presented with the opportunity to go. The sacrifice is just, you're going to be out of your comfort zone. You have friends here. You have family here, and you have to leave that in order to go to pursue something else, which is sad. But I do think that for most of you guys, this is actually something, an answered prayer. And you're going to be flying. Like I said, you're going to be taking off. You know, it's beautiful. Honestly, it's really, really beautiful. So So let's see anything else. Yeah, the King of Cups to the Five of Swords. And let's see one more, the Moon card. And then we have Judgment. So I do feel like we'll end up addressing this a little bit later. But, you know, for some of you, it could be a relationship. I'm seeing with the King of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Moon card, strong Cancerian energy. There could be a misunderstanding. Like I said, there's some sort of sacrifice. You're having to leave something in order to go get what you actually want. And it could be a relationship. We're going to look into it. I wasn't trying to use 3 decks each, but that looks like what's going to end up happening because I am a perfectionist and I don't want to repeat cards. So, okay, when I say repeat cards, I don't want to use the same deck and then miss messages because I can't repeat cards. That's what I meant. So forgive me, Pal One. I told you that this was going to happen to you. You are my experiment group. So now let's go ahead and move into your career specifically. But overall, I would say major changes are going to be happening. So be prepared for that. Career, the 9 of Wands. Interesting, right? To the Hermit. 2 of Cups. You just had all those. The 2 of Pentacles, so double 2s. What is this? This is the High Priestess. So interesting to have the Hermit and the High Priestess again, right? The Knave of Swords, because they're such like darker, independent energies. They're very isolated. Justice. The 8 of Pentacles and the Knave of Cups. So the Page of Cups. Can we see that? Can we see that? Are we all here? So, career, very interesting. Then we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It looks like, again, the 2 of Wands. So there's something about balancing. I do feel like the Knave of Swords. So we have 2 knaves, and I really do feel like it's something new. It's beginning something new. You're at the very beginning of something new. I'm sorry, I don't say that 5 times, but I'm trying to process what's going on. I just feel like there could be an opportunity. Maybe one is different. Maybe you're like in a crossroad because, again, there's something education-wise, traditional route that you want to learn versus your passion, and you're right there. So it could be like either pursue your law degree or go, you know, learn how to be an underwater basket weaver in Japan. You know, I just feel like you're at some sort of decision crossroad, and it's up to you of what you're going to decide to do because it's going to be different for everyone. But I do feel like within 5 years you're going to be greeted with that opportunity, that major opportunity to kind of decide where you want to go. Interestingly enough, I do see a relationship here. I was not asking about relationship, I was asking about career, but the 2 of Cups, High Priestess, the Justice card, that does tell me something about marriage. We're going to dig into it. But I'm curious to see where that's going to go. But I see very much work coming in, the very beginning of work coming in. It's like you were doing something, you weren't necessarily feeling that you were seen, you're pretty defensive, you're pretty guarded, and then a fair opportunity is going to come in. So it's like one of your first fair opportunities is really what I'm hearing. But it's the very beginning of it. So within 5 years, you're going to be starting a completely new career, and it's going to be different for each of you. Maybe spiritually, when I see the High Priestess, maybe internally you kind of have an idea of what this is and what this looks like, because it's different for all of you. So whatever it is that you know that you're supposed to be doing, whatever your heart, your soul really calls to, this will be an opportunity in 5 years for you to really start pursuing that. The Magician, so all that magic work. I'm just hearing like probably around year 3, 4 from now, whatever it is that you've been working towards, you're going to be like, man, is this the right choice? And then it kind of might take a lull. And then within the 5th year, it's going to be like, are you sure you're ready to give up? Or do you want to do this stellar, amazing opportunity? You know, and then you'll kind of be faced with that choice with the work that you've been putting in. The Hierophant again. Okay. So there's something about school. The 3 of Swords. The 8 of Cups. Yeah. You're walking away from something. The Lovers to the Fool card. Yeah. Your career. the moon at the bottom of the deck. A lot of mystery. Is this the Tower? And this is the Tower. So Spirit is not helping me at all with what this is. So what I have to say is it's going to be different for all of you, but where you are in your career is like you probably might not want to do what you're doing at the time, or you might be in between careers. You're at a crossroad. So whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be education, what you're studying, I feel like you're going to make a decision within the next 5 years to do something else and to do something different, completely out of what you were already intending to do, and go in a totally different direction with the Lovers to the Fool card. So there is going to be an opportunity for you to leave whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing at this point in time, I feel like it's stable. You're making money, and you're okay with that, but it really is still pretty isolated, and it's not actually what you want to do. So that really is going to be a major change, a major shift for you. And then we got the Moon card. So again, Spirit is just asking you, of course, I know it's early for me to ask this of you, but continue to just follow your intuition. You'll be really surprised at where it leads, because I think that you're going to have a really stellar opportunity that comes in, but you definitely have to give up what the comfortability that you have at the present moment, you know? I just feel like between now and the next 5 years, you're going to be yearning for something, to be something, to do something, to go somewhere, and it's going to be nagging at you. And then 5 years from now is when you finally get the opportunity to go ahead and like do it, you know, do it to it. The Hierophant again, Taurus energy, such strong Taurus energy. So maybe I know somebody who probably picked this pile. Maybe you have Taurus in the 9th or something. So there's something about that specific house being lit up. Wherever Taurus is in your chart, or if your 9th house placements, Vedic astrology guys, please remember for me, whatever is sitting right there, you need to pay close attention to that. Maybe you have Saturn there. There is something that is going to be affected within 5 years that is really going to trigger or light up that house. So maybe you have a return coming, or there's going to be something like a Uranus or Pluto. Something is going to hit that chart, and it's going to cause this really sudden shift. Where it's almost like a breakout star, like you're able to break out of the trappings that you felt from anything of your youth or your childhood or any of that stuff with the Hierophant here. So now we're moving into love. I am using my 18 plus deck, so if that makes you uncomfortable, then you can click off or close your eyes. That works too. So what about love for pile 1 5 years from now? All right, we had a lot. Oh, we're making good time. This is speeding by pretty fast. The 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the Devil, the 4 of Wands, a lot of Wand energy. Wand, okay? Sagittarius energy, Temperance again. That 9th house that I was talking about. The Sun, the 9 of Swords, and one more. The King of Cups. I was just about to say, yeah, that Cancer energy. So Spirit is really, really bringing in, there's a King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just a really emotional, sensitive soul. It does not have to be any of those things, but they either have placements in the house, placements in those water signs, or in the water houses. Whatever that means for you. So I really do see that there's very much a prevalent connection with the King of Cups here. He's come out pretty much in every deck that we've used. So there is a really strong connection, and I think that it's been long term, especially with the Taurus. So I will say 5 years from now, you'll either continue to be in, or you will be in a long term connection. So within the next couple years, you will be meeting this person. You and this person have history under your belt at this time with Taurus energy there. This is long term, maybe 4 years. So you might meet this person when this reading finds you. You might meet this person within the next year or so, and then you're at least 4 years down the rabbit hole when your 5 years is up. this connection will be caused into question, because if we notice the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, there's something here about wanting to expand. There's something here about wanting to kind of break free, or just feeling a little bit tied down with the Devil, the 3 of Wands. So it's all here. Like, I just think that you and the person that you have been able to build this really lovely relationship will be at a crossroad, because you're going to want to do something else and they're going to want you somewhere else. Because I do see, again, travel. All of this is significant of travel and success. But I will say, between now and this time, each of you will be affected differently, but you will have success in your love life really, really well. This person, I really do feel like this person will probably be your best friend, you know, like the best friend that you have, hence why it's so much of a crossroad when you get presented with this other energy, because like there's other friends for you, you know. So that's just something to keep in mind. But take it a day at a time, enjoy it. You know, this is predictive, so energies can change and shift at any moment. But I do feel like, again, we have the Sun, the Devil, and the Hierophant, all this major arcana in your love life. So it's just like, it is a happy relationship for the most part. It just feels very constricting at times, particularly when it comes to traveling and just, you know, not wanting to block your shine. I think that this person is very lovely and comes in with the best intention, and this does seem to be a marriage twin flame. You might be married to this person, you know, by the time. You might be, actually, for some of you guys, you might be married by the time this 5 years is up. And then it might have to go long distance. But if it does go long distance, I really do feel, pile number 1, it's because of your choices. It's because of your career. It's because what you want to do, how you want to level up, what you want to learn. So that's going to be some, you know, the 9 of Swords is not necessarily a fun card, but I do feel like you and this person are really solid in a relationship. Yeah, we have Judgment. There, or is this the Tower? Sorry, this is the Tower. To the Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Tower to the Ace of Pentacles, yeah. It's just like there's going to be a different change in money, income, resources. And so this person is going to certainly keep an eye on you. But for the most part, there is definitely success in love, pile 1. I definitely feel like if you're not married to this person, you will be living with this person. You will be in a very tight commitment with this person. The 9 of Cups. So it'll be a wish fulfillment. The Queen of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. Yeah. I just feel like, all in all, Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. A lot of love here. A lot of love. You guys will really be the bee's knees for one another. But I do feel like there's some type of creative spark or some type of initiative that you want to do that you're going to have to leave. You guys are going to go in different directions. I'm not here to say that you're going to break up with this person. I don't know, but the 3 of Swords does indicate some sort of separation. As I was saying in one of my other readings, I was like, you know, the 3 of Swords, it doesn't mean that you have to break up a person because you're not on the same page. You just have to communicate with one another to see what, if y'all can find a middle ground and a compromise. Because I do feel like with the Queen of Wands to the 10 of Wands, the bogged downness of the connection, you're just like, I have to go do something. I have to explore. I have to take it to the next level. But I do want to say that there is a lot of love in the connection for sure. So you don't have to worry about that. You know, this person is going to be pretty, they're really soft. Like, I get a very soft, kind, open energy from them. The King of Wands. And then the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is honestly backing it up. The High Priestess and the Page of Cups. Yeah, this person might talk a big game at times, but I really do feel like this person is super duper uber soft and kind of a bit of a, not necessarily a pushover, but they talk a big game. But like, you know, just understand that you have a lot of power in this connection if you're the one watching this. I don't know. I feel like I was definitely talking about, I hope I didn't say he too much, but I might have. But, you know, if you're a masculine watching them, just, you know, flip it around. I just feel like whoever is watching this, whoever picked pile 1, you definitely are going to be presented with some sort of opportunity that's going to take you out of the comfort zone. It's going to make you leave kind of home, and you're going to do something. Some of you are going to take it. Most of you are going to take it. Some of you might not. You might choose to stay in this connection. But I just feel like the level of just kind of like this, I feel bogged down. I feel tied down. We're in a routine because now you're in a happy, long-term committed relationship. You've been with the same person for 4 or 5 years, you know, at this point in time. So you might just want to spice it up a little bit. It's kind of what I'm hearing. But yeah, so let's go ahead, pile number 1, and look into, I'm going to pull from this Oracle deck. I was like, should I use any other ones? Nah, I think that this is pretty, like, in-depth. But yeah, pretty interesting turn in 5 years. So like major changes in your life. Everything that you're building now is going to be called into question. 5 years from now, Yang, yeah, TikTok. It's only a matter of time before you step into that empowered energy and you take your life into your own hands. You take time into your own hands and you start moving. That is really what's going to be what it is. I think that you're definitely in a comfortable position. You're moving towards something. You're working towards your goals or whatever. But 5 years from now, that is going to be the year where it all starts making sense and all starts coming together. And whatever you are working towards, you finally get the opportunity to pursue that chaos and conflict. 33. So just a lot of changes. Like I said, I feel like it's only quote unquote sad because it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too, which is inherently sad because, you know, we all want the best. But to the sea at the bottom of the deck, you know, life can sometimes not be fair, you know, which sucks. Anyways, message in a bottle and co-create. So I do imagine that you and the universe are going to be in tune as you start building this. And like I said, there is another person involved, hence the chaos and the conflict. But you're going to get an opportunity for a lot of you, I feel like it's going to be overseas for something. Look at all this blue energy. So it's like you're going to get a message overseas to go do something, and something probably creative, and it's going to cause a little chaos on the home front. And that's okay. Life comes with ups and downs. And I think that you're doing the right thing that you want to do for yourself, and that's what's important. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting for yourself, that's 5 years from now is when it's really going to pay off. So you're going to have a lot of movement, a lot of traction. Again, let's not forget the Empress card that we saw very early. You're going to feel like you're in so much control of your process and that you're really in alignment to what you want to do. It's just that there's a relationship that is very important to you at the time. So you're going to have to balance the two, and that happens. We all encounter those moments in our lives. So I really feel like this is, for what it's worth, this is something to really look forward to. Whatever you're working towards, keep working towards it. Of course, at times it might not pay off in the way that you think it is, you know, because this is timing. Life, you know, again, life comes with ups and downs. We have waves. But I will really, really focus in on your 9th house. I will really focus in on where you have Taurus in your chart, because there is going to be some major significance in that house and in that placement that is going to bring an unexpected opportunity to get you to travel and go elsewhere. For some of you guys, it could also be 12th house placements. But yeah, that's really what I got for you 5 years from now. Honestly, pretty cut and dry. So that's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got for you, Pile 1. Thank you again for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. And yeah, drop a comment if this kind of makes sense, if this makes any type of sense. Be like, yeah, I can kind of see that, or nah, that doesn't sound like me. But if you do say, nah, it doesn't sound like me, just, you know, be kind. Just be kind, be kind. And yeah, let's go ahead and clear this out. Thank you so much, guys. Peace. Until next time. All right. Okay, so should I go ahead and pre-shuffle all the other decks now, or should I wait? I'm gonna just go for it. I'll just shuffle in the mist. We'll just make sure that I have eyes on all of them. Okay, I have eyes on it. Okay, great. Perfect. All right. Pile number 2. Hello, pile number 2. This is AD with Cosmic Astrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading. Today, we are looking at what is your life going to look like 5 years from now. So we're starting off with oracles, then we're moving into a deck for just the overall what's going on, then we're looking at career, then we're looking at love. So pretty in-depth reading, so strap in. Yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So really interesting imagery here. I've noticed this cylinder and kind of like this bullets, and it's like what the barrel regenerator. Yeah, so I just feel like guns are loaded, like guns are blazing is kind of what I'm hearing. I feel like you're just going to be fully stocked. You're going to feel like you're fully stocked and that you're ready to play. It's kind of what I'm getting, or you're ready to go to war. For whatever it is that you want. So let's go ahead and look. Oh golly, I hope we're not gonna be at a war in 5 years. Oof, Lord. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But let's go ahead and see pile number 2. I'm starting off with the Enchanted Map Oracle just to get some highlights to kind of see what screenshot we're in, and then we're going to go digging a little deeper. So 5 years from now, what will life look like for my pile number 2 people? Okay, excuse me. Unexpected visitor, come together. For some of you guys, I got like pregnancy. Oh, and I'm looking at the bunny. Yeah, some of you guys might end up having a kid or something, is what I'm hearing. And it might not be planned, so just be aware of that. But come together, or if that's something that doesn't sound feasible or that doesn't sound possible or not anything that you want, you will end up meeting somebody very unexpected, like a soulmate with the 2 giraffes here. So, but it's going to catch you off guard. All right, the Gentle Gardener and Wide Open. All right, so it does look like, oh, Stormfield's at the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right. So your next 5 years is going to be a journey, just like everything else, okay? With the underlying energy being Stormfield, that's really fascinating to me because it does show that there's like, you know, Dorothy's not in Kansas anymore. We have both of this imagery of somebody who's turned their back on something and walked away. So I do feel like you've turned your back on something, you've walked away, and you're going to go start planting seeds elsewhere. For some of you guys, I do mean that I do feel like you have a child or something, and then you end up having to, but it comes in the midst of chaos and it ends up being a blessing in disguise, however it ends up happening. But a lot of you guys, I do feel like you're going to be choosing yourself and walking away from anything that was giving you an issue. For some of you, it's walking out of a relationship, come together to Wide Open. I don't want to speak, you know, I asked for like your highest good, you know, I asked for the highest vibration that you could be on in 5 years. So if this doesn't make sense or it doesn't resonate with you right now, that's okay. We're covering a lot of time, and time is extremely subjective. These predictive readings are really for entertainment purposes only, just to kind of get a screenshot. So if this isn't something that you want to hear, that's okay. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Some of you guys are like walking out of a relationship with the come together, the Wide Open. You just see the world opening up for you. I feel like your spirit and your soul's journey takes a lot of unexpected turns, but you feel very fresh with the Gentle Gardener. You feel like, okay, I'm starting over, I'm planting my seeds, I know what I want, and I'm going to start curating that. But I feel like there's definitely going to be some decisions or some movements that have to be made in order for that to happen. Some of you guys could be in a connection and you end up meeting somebody else, and then you start walking towards that other connection. That could be something. We'll see if it ends up coming up in the cards, but that doesn't have to be the case for all of you. But I do see major changes. So we have 2, 8, 4, 1, 5 changes. Again, starting off with the change, faded change of connection, and again 6, so harmony. So there is like connection here, but I do feel like there's movements within the next 5 years. There's a lot of changes within the next 5 years. Because you're faded, you're destined to like start building a garden with somebody, or start building your own garden. We'll see how it comes up. So we're starting off with the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio represented, specifically Cancer here, and also Gemini. King of Cups. Yeah, very relationship. I was like, yeah, I feel like this is pretty relationship focused. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio again, but specifically Scorpio and Libra. The Hierophant, marriage. All right. So this is funny that this is starting off. So I'll look into career, but right now it kind of looks like you might be doing the whole stay-at-home mom thing, stay-at-home dad thing, depending on which, or like, you know, depending on what that resonates. The Wheel of Fortune, so changes. Judgment. Yeah, and then all that delta. The 8 of Cups. Wow. Wow. Saturn and Pisces. The 10 of Cups. Lovely. The Ace of Swords. Wide open. Oh my gosh. Whew. And then what's this? The Chariot. And have the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Oof. Okay. 5 years from now is going to be one of those, it's a year, okay? It's going to be a year. I do think that it's going to be all for your highest good. It's going to be such positive changes. But it does seem that there's going to be things that are brought to light. It's like a twofold. Of course we're gonna keep looking into it. We're gonna keep digging because I'm so curious. But I do feel like some of you guys are walking away from a connection and then walking into another connection. Like it seems like you end up kind of meeting somebody or going into a different path, but I see a connection here, but one that is being walked away from and moved on from. Strong Cancer energy. So we have all the water signs represented here: Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So you might be a water sign, Venus in a water sign, 7th house in a water sign for some of you guys. Either way, I feel like your luck is going to be changing overall. You're really going to be finding your happiness. I feel like it's kind of like Stella got her groove back is what I'm hearing. Like you just get your groove back. You're really happy. I feel like there's a committed relationship. There's a long-term marriage here. There's something that is really, really happy and fortunate. It just comes out of chaos. It is quite honest. So I feel like 5 years from now, you're going to finally start feeling your feet hit the ground, but the journey from now to the next 5 years is going to be an interesting one. And I feel like you might already know the person that you're going to be doing this dance with. So in 5 years from now, you're going to be faced with a decision. You're either going to be marrying the person that you're going back and forth with. If you don't know this person, they're coming in extremely soon. You're either going to marry the person or you're going to choose to walk away from this person because you're going to have a very clear idea on what it is that you want. This is very positive. I asked again for your highest good. So this is predictive, but I'm letting you live it. I'm not going to say which one, either way. There's a lesson here. There's a karma here. This is a karmic connection. So either in 5 years from now, you're marrying this person, you're moving in, you're living together, or you are choosing, you see the truth of the situation, you see the clarity of the matter, and you're like, I'm walking away and I'm going to go do what I want. There's no in between. But either way, I do see, the 7 of Wands. You're choosing yourself. You're done fighting. You're choosing yourself. The Mars and Leo, whatever it is, you're like, I'm walking towards that. I'm moving towards that. The Emperor, more Aries energy. The 3 of Swords, I just feel like you definitely see the truth of a situation. The Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. You're focused and satisfied on your stability and what you bring to the table, and you're so passionate about that. We have Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus represented here, precisely Capricorn and Sagittarius. The 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and High Priestess. Ooh, interesting. The King of Swords and the King of Wands. Cancer again, Leo, and Capricorn and Aquarius down there in the universe. So, there's definitely 2 energies here. There's definitely 2 energies present. We'll end on the career because we're already in this energy. So we're going to go ahead and move. All these fell out. The universe was the Empress and the 4 of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So you're moving forward for sure, okay? My pile number 2 people. You're moving towards something. You're definitely stepping into your own Empress energy. Or continuing to step in. So 5 years from now, I do think that you're going to have quite a few options. Some of you guys, like I said, are already in a long-term commitment, and you end up leaving one commitment to get into another commitment. Others of you, like I said, I'm gonna leave it open. So for some of you guys, your commitment is stepping into a higher level vibration, and you're finally getting what you want, which is the commitment, the marriage, the 4 of Wands here, the coming together. But for a lot of you, for most of you, it does seem like you're going to be in between 2 masculines. So let's go ahead and look at your love life, specifically 5 years from now. Like I said, I forgot to shuffle. I didn't get a chance to shuffle this, so give me a second. I ended up adding a 3rd deck to this reading during pile 1, so bear with me. All right. So I'm going to start off with here. 6 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. Yeah, so definitely soulmate energy. You're recognizing a soulmate in 5 years, and you're moving towards that. The Moon, the Page of Swords, the Hermit card, also known as the Seeker. There's something that's going to be brought to light about your current partner in this. And it could be done through a mystic. Shiz. It could be this reading. Every time I see this card, it's a tarot reader. You're doing cards. And to see it with the moon card, you're going to get a nugget of information from probably a spiritual source that's going to bring you clarity and know what direction you want to move in. The Knight of Swords there. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. 3 of Swords. I'm telling you, 3 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Sun card. Yeah, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands again. So it really does look like there's been a battle, or there's some sort of battle. This is such a childlike card. There might be a child involved by this time. For a lot of you, I do sense that you're probably having a kid within the next 5 years, if that's what, you know, it could be unexpected, but I really get that. For some of you, I just feel you're going to be overcoming an obstacle. You're going to be jumping over this hurdle. A lot of you might be making the decision to leave a current connection and then going to go pursue something else. But whatever the something else is, it's already there, or it comes in extremely quickly with the 3 of Swords. So there certainly is some sort of ending to the give and take of the connection. We got 2 pages. Yeah, we got 2 pages. The 9 of Cups. I just feel like there's something that you want. There's something that you desperately want from your partner 5 years from now that you might not be getting for a lot of you. And so you're just like, I'm going to, maybe this memory, maybe you have a memory of this reading and you're going to be like, you know what? I do have the choice to leave. I know that I can manifest something that makes more sense. But I do feel like you're certainly at a crossroad, but it's for the best. Pile number 2 with the Sun card in the middle. This is overall like a really positive giving energy. Yeah, the 9 of Wands. So there does seem to be a feeling of isolation, or just like, you know, like you're fighting, or like you're doing something alone. The 8 of Pentacles, but you will have help. You won't actually be alone for long. But 5 years from now, I just get the feeling of you. I feel like this is honestly happening for some of you guys, that you're already in this mode where you're like, golly, I feel like I'm doing everything by myself. You could be a single parent of some sort, and you're raising your kid and all that other stuff, and it's a little difficult. There's some relationships that come in and out, but 5 years from now, definitely moving towards a commitment. Definitely see marriage coming in for you. Now, your journeys are going to be different for each and every one of you. Some of you are already in this phase. Some of you could be walking towards this phase. So just think about, if this is not something, if you're still listening to this reading and this isn't something that you want to hear, then you can start making just choices and decisions. If this doesn't sound like something that you want to go through, but yeah, it's resonating, then this would be the time for you to be like, am I making the right choices? Does this actually seem like something that can make sense? Really check your ego, especially with the Sun here. Really check your ego and where you're coming from. You know, what do you want versus what does the universe want? This is very subjective. So you're not tied to this reading at all. This is truly for entertainment purposes only. But if this makes sense to you and it doesn't sound right, and you know that you're messing with somebody who you could end up having a kid with, and they're not going to be the stable provider, and you're going to end up doing it alone for a period of time, 5 years from now, there will be with some relief, but the journey's not easy. I'm a product of a single mother. I love my mother. She worked her ass off. She's a phenomenal, amazing woman. There were some difficult nights for her. So that's just something to encounter. And if you're already doing it and you're already like single mom mode and you're just trying to make it happen, kudos to you. My hat's off. That's very difficult to do. There will be some reprieve that comes in, but a lot of it comes from you really understanding and understanding fully what it is that you want, regardless of your journey and regardless of your history, so that can come in. So with 5 years from now, I do feel like most of you guys are going to be stepping into some sort of higher form of commitment. It's either away from a person that you're already with now and you're just walking away from that connection and you're going to go get something else, or you're you're like kicking it up a notch for a relationship that's already being developed. So it's going to be different for everyone, but make sure that you're like listening to which one it resonates with for you. The Hierophant. So again, there is some sort of long-term commitment here. There is marriage. So with 5 years from now, I do feel like you will be marrying somebody, no matter if it's the person that you want it to be or somebody that you don't even know yet. Justice card. Look at that, marriage. 5 years from now, you're really going to start planning a wedding. Now, who that is to is going to be a journey. The Devil card. Again, just a more long-term commitment. And the Temperance. Ooh! All that major. And the 10 of Pentacles. I love this. Pal2, yeah, you're definitely going to be married. You're going to be getting married 5 years from now. That's the one thing that I truly feel. It's just going to be a matter of the journey, the who, and if there's a child involved or not. For some of you, there's going to be a child. You're going to have a child within the next 5 years. But whether that ends up being the person that helps raise the child completely, that's going to depend. But if you already have children, if you have one, you might have another child by then, and then you're going to be getting married and planning a wedding. For some of you, if you already have one kid, I feel like you're going to have another child. So just be aware. If that's not what you want to hear, you can change that, you know. But overall, underlying energy, the 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. You will be married within the next 5 years to somebody that you love, regardless. It just might not be the person that you originally think it will be. And that happens all the time. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the journey. All right, so now let's look into your career specifically. Again, more temperance. So you got a lot of temperance energy coming out, which is pretty dope in my humble opinion. The 4 of Wands. For some of you guys, I really do feel like you're going to work from home. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're going to work from home, or you're going to be like a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home father. Yeah, again, more 4s. The 4 of Cups. The 10 of Swords. Let's see what this is. The King of Cups. Nice. The Emperor. Oh my gosh. Yeah, file number 2. I feel like you're going to marry somebody. You don't have to work. There is no career for you. There is no career for you. No, I'm just kidding. You might stop working, though, and focus on raising the children. There's a halt. At least 5 years from now. 6 of Cups. Again, another child, another card of kids and soulmates. Yeah, you're going to have somebody who makes more money, and they're going to look at you and be like, you don't have to work if you don't want to. The Queen of Swords. If you do, you're like running a business from your home. The 6 of Pentacles. Or you'll do something very simple. The Ace of Swords. Okay, and when I say simple, this is not an insult to people who do it. It's just like you're not going to have anything that is... Let me dial it on back, because I see the hole that I'm digging for myself, and I come from a line of teachers, so teaching is not easy. But it's not going to be anything where you're necessarily trying to climb a corporate ladder, like teaching. Either you want to go the administrative route, but I don't imagine that you'll have to go the administrative route. I don't think that you'll be trying to be an assistant principal or any of that. Some of you could be a counselor if that's something that you wanted to do, but most of you guys will be teaching, bringing in some income from yourself, but your career is not the main source of your income, because you will be marrying somebody who's extremely wealthy and very generous with their money. You will be taken care of. A lot of you will be ending the career that you're doing and doing something else. Some of you guys could do something along the lines of, like, you know, Mary Kay, or we are selling something like that, you know. A very specific example. We'll see if they're even around, but in general, you could be doing something where, like, you're like selling something from your home, or that could be your own personal business, because I do see you having your own kind of stream of income, but that's not the main choice. I feel like, yeah, the 5 of Wands, I feel like whoever your partner is in life, they don't want you to work. They don't want you to work. They would much rather you take care of the home front. And again, if you're the masculine watching this, then I do think that you'll be in a position for your feminine to not have to work. So whatever money that you're doing, you're going to be able to treat them, and you know, you might actually be bothered that they have a career, because you just, you know, bothered's not the right word, but, you know, you just would prefer to be the provider. You want to step in that role. You want them to be the queen that they are. But I do imagine that, yeah, career-wise, if you're the feminine watching this, you're not expected to be the breadwinner. Some of you may choose to still work to have some sorts of incomes. Other of you will not. It depends on your personality type. If you're the masculine watching this, then you'll be more than comfortable to be able to spend and afford the 9 of Pentacles for your feminine. So just confirming, depending on, you know, where you're watching that. Let's see anything else. For career, anything else for career? I think that's pretty, I really think that that's kind of like it. Yeah, kids, the Judgment, you're watching the kids. The 8 of Swords, you know, I don't feel like money is going to be a worry anymore. If anything, the worry is just like the World card. If anything, the worry, if you are feminine who's not used to this, it'll be a little struggle learning how to, like, you know, take a step back and not having to fend for yourself. Particularly if I'm speaking to my single moms and all this stuff. You're encountering a masculine. They're not going to want you to work. They're not going to want you to you know, have to make money. You just don't have to do it. It's not a control thing. It's more of their pride and their ego. It's not you, you know. So you might have to come up with a compromise, right? So if you still want some sort of income, you will be able to do something, but it will be something that you can travel with and something that isn't super high stress. Like, you won't be like, you know, the vice president of freaking, you know, Pepsi. You know, it's just not going to be anything like that. But for most of you, you might actually stop working. Yeah, so that's so funny. That's what I got for career. So we went through love. Love is a little different, but like I said, 5 years from now, you will be getting married to somebody who will be able to afford your lifestyle. If you're the masculine, 5 years from now, you will be getting married and you will be in a very comfortable position to be able to afford somebody. For some of you guys, I feel like if you already have, there's another kid coming. So if you have one kid, you're going to have 2 kids. If you have 2 kids, you're going to have 3 kids. There seems to be another little kitty that might come up between now and within these 5 years. But again, this child will certainly be taken care of. You do not have to worry about being able to afford it. So it does seem like a really new, fresh start. But again, storm fields at the bottom of the deck when we first started, it does seem to be like a whirlwind. Like your life just changes. There's just a lot happening. A lot of changes coming in. For you, you know, I didn't do this for pile 1, but I guess I don't have to. Do I want to? Let's see. Well, what time are we at? 55. Nah, we don't have to do it. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking. Anyways, I was thinking out loud, but I want to see. I'm sorry. I'm so nosy. I didn't do this. Don't tell any other group that I did this, but I can't let it go. I just want to see if Spirit will give me any astrological things that happen, because I'm feeling very like Rahu K2. Like, I'm just feeling like there's just so many changes that are out of your control. Yeah, Destiny, Sagittarius, Neptune, and Mercury. Okay, so there are, this isn't Rahu K2, but this is like destined grand trine blessings at the bottom of the deck. So I really just feel like there's going to be a lot of movement. A lot of this happens in your mind. A lot of this is like illusions are just going to be lifted 5 years from now, and this is destined to happen for you to break free and move in a different direction than what you're expecting, and it is a blessing in disguise. So there's really nothing to worry about. Just be open and keep your listening ears open. And like I said, if you are not trying to have another kid anytime soon, then please take the precautions. Do not tempt fate, because fate will win, and there seems to be an energy, a soul that wants to come through you. So if you're not trying to have that, then be smart. All right, anyways, Treasure Island, yes, 9 again. So you got 2 9s. So this is the closing of a cycle for sure. Never ending story. 3 7 1 10. Poised, right? So this is really a blessing in disguise, a building blocks. You're really working towards grounding a relationship. Now in the next 5 years is going to be a loading screen, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are going to be in a really awesome, committed, long-term relationship. You're going to be super poised to be the person that you've always wanted to be. Again, we have 10-10 right here to 8-10. So a new beginning, a fresh start. You're right in the perfect position in order to get the blessings that you've deserved. 12-3, creation, expansion, round and round. So just be mindful if this reading, if you know, I think you get it. All I ask is that you just do not, take a breath, breathe for a second, and think, you know, before you come at me crazy. If this sounds like something you want to come at me crazy for in the comment section, just take a moment, breathe. Maybe this isn't your reading. If this doesn't sound like you at all, but if you know you're trying to force something and it's not coming through and all that good stuff, you know, use your better judgment. I just want to express again from the bottom of my heart, this is subjective, because this is a predictive reading. Energy can change at any point in time. So if you want the energy to change and this does not sit well with you, before you come cussing me out, just take a moment to see if there's things and stuff that you can change and your immediate that would change the outcome of this. But honestly, truly, I do feel like it's going to have a happy ending towards the end of it. This is your destiny. This is like, you know, how Sleeping Beauty had to prick her finger. So it's just one of those things where like, this is your destiny. So that's okay. You know, it happens. But that's what I got for you, Pal 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to drop a comment, drop a like, guys. I so appreciate that. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. If you have, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support. And yeah, that's what I got. Peace until next time, guys. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. All right. And finally, last but not least, we have the Oja match for pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. This is AD with Astrology, and I'm doing your pick a card reading. Today we are doing 5 years from now. What will your life look like 5 years from now? What highlights, lowlights possibly could we be encountering? I asked specifically for the highest vibration, your highest good, whatever the journey is. So I'm coming in as positive as I can. But yeah, let's see what we got going. We can hop straight into it, guys. Interesting card, interesting Yu-Gi-Oh card, because if you can see it, let me see, focus, if you can see it, it's like a boxing match. It's a boxing ring. So that says a lot. So I feel like all my lives I had to fight. So you're certainly fighting for something. You could feel like people could, I don't want to put the energy out here. Of course, we'll read it, but if I see it, I'm going to say it. You could feel like there's an energy of people, there's a competition. You know what I'm saying? Like people either want what you have, which to me is a sign of success. But, you know, there seems to be some type of competition. You're definitely fighting for something. You're passionate about something. So let's go ahead and move that to the side. We're going to start with the Enchanted Map Oracle, just to see like what the highlights and what we're looking at. Then we're going to move into Traditional Tarot for overall 5 years from now. Then we're going to do Love and Career. And that'll be that. And that will be that. And have like a little oracle at the end. All right, so we got Follow the Leader. Interesting. So I'm definitely hearing like you're on the path. You're moving in a solid direction. Field of Dreams. Oh, beautiful. 21, 3. We have 4 and 3 represented here. So you're working towards your dreams. You're taking steps towards your dreams. Metamorphosis. Oh yeah, 5 years from now could be major changes. 2 and 5, 7. So again, that kind of karmic, not kind of, but karmic energy. And then we have One Ring Circus. 15. And then we got Golden Palace. 5. So really interesting energies coming in here. So it does seem like, excuse me, One Ring Circus, the fighting thing, it really feels like 5 years from now, you're going to be putting on a show maybe for yourself, or you just feel like you're doing a lot of things by yourself. There's an elephant imagery here. I love elephants. We got flamingos, butterflies. So social, because flamingos are very social animals. There could be changes in your social circle. I just feel like you're on a path somewhere. You're trying to do different things. You're trying to work towards different goals. And again, you just feel like you're doing it alone. But you are definitely planting seeds for your own success. We have 2 and 1 and then 15. So we have 3 and 6. So something is doubling. Something is expanding. Something is growing. And then at the bottom of the deck, we do have Golden Palace. So interesting. We're just gonna go ahead and move into the cards. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit of a story, pile number 3. All of them have, so that is not a bad thing. All of them have been quite the story. So it does look like you're just feeling like not necessarily your back is against the wall, but you are trying to pull something off. You're trying to pull like this big change off, and maybe you're the only person who gets it, you know? So let's see. What's going on for pile 3, 5 years from now? And again, I didn't say this in the other two piles, but I wish I did. Keep in mind, this is a snapshot, right? This is a snapshot of 5 years from now. This is, think of life as a set of parentheses. We're just looking at one portion of it. And because this is predictive, you can always change the energy. So if you don't like the reading, if you don't like the message, it's not written in stone. Nothing is when it comes to tarot. So if you want something in stone, then you got to get into astrology, baby. You can't fight those energies, but yeah, you have control. You always have free will. So we're starting off with Judgment. The Ace of Swords. Nice. So things are really, I'm getting clarity. Like things are really clear. The Three of Cups. So something about social life and stuff too. Wheel of Fortune. Major changes. That came out in pile 1, 2. Princess of Swords. The Emperor. Interesting. The Hangman. Let's see. The Hangman. The Prince of Wands. And one last card for the overall energies. Just start off with the Six of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, yeah, the same thing that kind of happened in pile 1. We'll probably end up going into love and then ending on career. Which is interesting because I thought we were going to start with career. But I'm not correct, I don't think. So, anyways, I'm really getting a super strong, dominant energy of a masculine with the energy, with the card represented here. If you're a masculine watching this, then I do feel like you have made it to the top of the mountain, or you're very happy and satisfied with where you are. If you're the feminine watching this, there will be some major changes or significant movement made with a masculine, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, Prince of Wands, the Emperor. So somebody seems to be growing up a little bit. There's a really interesting vibe here of the prince to the emperor. So I do feel like there could be a relationship that's happening, and 5 years from now there's going to be a major jump, a major leap. Somebody ends up really taking control of the situation. Somebody could have Leo energy represented here. Something significant could happen in the month of August, September, or July. Let's keep going. So this is gonna take, we're just gonna keep pulling. The Hangman, the Queen of Cups. So a lot of Pisces energy. I want to get into this Hangman. The Devil and the Death card. Interesting. The Moon, the Seven of Wands. One more card. The Hermit. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower and the Five of Swords. Yeah. Pile number 3. This is pretty interesting. Like, I just feel... Shush. Here's what I want to say. And we're going to see if it comes up. There seems to be, like, if you were in a relationship between, like, let's say now or within the next couple of years, from 5 years from now, you and the person that you've been building with, y'all are going to take a break. You are going to end that. You're going to cut ties for a second. You're going to be solo. But I feel like you're going to come back together and reunite at some point. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but 5 years from now, there's going to be a definitive, like, break between you and another person. You and the Emperor. This person is a soulmate, but it feels like 5 years in the screenshot that we're going in, it just feels like there's going to be like a death ending of that cycle. But then you end up coming up and rising. So something certainly ends up changing. Oh, man. Oof. The Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is pretty interesting. And the reason I get that is just because of the Hangman to the Six of Pentacles. There's something that's being built here, but it does feel like it's going to be halted. The High Priestess to the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is success. It's good. Like, you're definitely moving towards something, but like I said, you just feel like, I knew she was going to make an appearance. The Empress. So, pile number 3. 5 years from now, really, really positive changes, I feel like, on honestly a career front, or you just really being at a great moment of power in your life, then the emperor in your life is going to be forced to grow from a prince to an emperor. You see what I'm saying? Like, but there has to be some sort of break or separation, because you have some more evolution to do. This connection gets to a point where, like, holds you back within the next 5 years. You decide to cut ties in any of the codependency. It might just be an issue of codependency, and then you have to leave that codependency issue and then really learn to hone your own energy here, and then you find your own success for the time being. So 5 years from now, I do see you being like single with a boyfriend, you know, single with a fiance, single with a husband. Is kind of what I'm getting. There just might be like a break, because there is power couple energy here. The 5 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it just feels like something definitely takes a pause. And it's not great, but, like, you know, it doesn't feel great with the 5 of Cups here. The Magician, the 7 of Pentacles. But there's other changes that are going to be made. It's like a fresh start. The 3 of Pentacles. I also do feel like your social circle, or the people that you're working with, the 5 of Pentacles, are going to be different. So let's just, you know what, I already, pile 3, I apologize, but this is giving me a headache even thinking about what could possibly be going on 5 years from now. It's not bad though, because you're coming out on top, but like I said, it just feels like you against the world. It feels like you're doing everything by yourself. You have to cut everybody out, but this is the power of it is this ends up being a really empowering moment. And I mean, you rise above it like a freaking phoenix, like a beautiful gazelle. Like, you're just awesome when it's all said and done. But it does seem like the Tower card, there's just going to be some sort of transition that ends up happening that forces you to even push yourself even further than what you thought you could do, but also forces this emperor, this other energy, to kind of grow up, or either they meet you or they don't. But let's go ahead and look. I think I'm going to, I honestly, I want to do career. I want to do career. So let's move into the career side, and then we'll move it on the love front. But let's see what's going on in your career, because I feel like they're all kind of tied together with the 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. So we have the Knight of Swords. The 3 of Cups. Yeah, 3 of Cups again. So there's something here about, like, relationships for sure. The Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, yay. The 6 of Cups. The Death card in the middle. The Page of Wands. Or the Knight of Wands, excuse me. So 2 Knights. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. The Hierophant. All right. The Moon, the Devil. Oh, pile 3. We got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. All right. So definitely this Phoenix energy again, death, rebirth, that's the theme. So there's going to be some ending to begin again. It's definitely rising like the Phoenix. 5 years from now is giving me like, I'm going to raise you like a Phoenix vibe. But I do want to say we have Scorpio, Taurus here. So you are moving towards building a lasting legacy, and this is going to be very important. But I do feel like you're definitely having to cut ties from things of your past and move on. For some of you guys, this really could be drugs of some sort with the Devil card here. That just seems, or just like codependency issues, addiction issues. For some of you, if that doesn't sound like you, then that's, then don't take it. You know, that it won't resonate. But there's something here about the influences that are around you and the people that you're hanging with, and you're having to walk away and kind of move in a different direction to go build something really stable. Oh, I'm just kidding. This is the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. This is the Knight. I'm sorry. The Knights are on the horses. My B. But regardless, it doesn't really shift this, what I was saying, too much. I just feel like you're going to have a better understanding of following your own intuition, your own divine guidance, and you're going to be going in a different direction. You're like separating yourself from a group, separating yourself from a certain lifestyle, from people of your past, career-wise. That's, then again, even with the Hermit, career. Now we have the Knight of Swords. So there will be a lot of movement. The Star card, okay. The Eight of Cups. There is major movement for you to go do what it is that you want. Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands. So definitely wish fulfillment. The Hermit. You could be going in a different direction. You know, this really is reminding me of Pound 1. It seems to be echoing that. The Chariot, the High Priestess. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. I manifested those Knight cards. I felt like they should have been here. Yeah, and then the Four of Wands. Okay, so career-wise, you are probably going to be moving and going somewhere else, moving elsewhere, pursuing something. It could be, again, with the water here, it could be something overseas, if that's something that interests you. But 5 years from now, you're certainly going to be relocating. You're like literally leaving the people that you're with, the people that you're with now, or the people that you're going to be meeting soon. You're going to be leaving them, following your intuition to go pursue something elsewhere. I feel like you're relocating and building a home elsewhere. The Five of Cups, you're hearing the call to do something else, to go build somewhere else. The Queen of Wands, yeah. I just feel like this is positive, you know, but 5 years from now, there's just a major change. That was across the board in all these piles. And I guess choosing 5 is a year of change. So all of it seems to be echoing. But career, there's going to be some major movement, and it's going to be quick, and you're going to have to like move very quickly. But with it going to the, what was the Seven of Swords to the Star card, this could be receiving some sort of recognition, fame, if that's something that makes sense. But even if not, you are going to be receiving you're going to have a spotlight on you for whatever you do. If it's something that garners fame in the traditional sense or not, is kind of up to you. But I really do feel like you're going to be moving towards something for sure. You're going to be moving 5 years from now somewhere else, somewhere different, somewhere new. And there's something here about leaving friends, leaving an environment that's no longer serving you, your purposes or your needs. It's not giving what needs to be gave anymore. You're kind of ending the friendships that you have. People from your past, you're just like, I'm done. I'm going to go be the empress that I know that I am. I'm going to go be that rock star. I'm not going to continue to feed into people who don't feed into me. Again, the Golden Palace. But I will say, 5 years from now, you will be moving into like your dream apartment and like your dream city. Especially with the Star card, this is like a wish come true. But it does feel like it's a little topsy-turvy in order to get there. But you'll be moving into like a dream home, a gorgeous home. So I'm assuming that there's a little bit of money involved. Of course, it's in the Pentacles, but it seems like you got some moolah, because I do feel like you're going to be moving into a dream home. So now let's look into love. So I'm sticking these back, but it's interesting. Your partner, we got the Strength card, and then we have the Knave of Cups. And in this deck, this card represents jealousy. So I do feel like the partner that you're with is going to be extremely jealous. Maybe they have Scorpio in their chart. Maybe they have Taurus in their chart. But this person is very possessive over you. And so hence the issue. So you might have to break away from this connection. You know what I'm saying? We'll look into it. But this spirit wanted to show me that like jealousy is going to play an issue. And it might not be they're jealous. They might be jealous of you in some aspects. And I know that sounds like really unattractive. But hey, we're human. It happens. When you're glowing, you know, whatever, you're going to be receiving quite a bit of attention. Doesn't matter. But I feel like it's more so oriented towards like the attention that you're getting from other people. You don't care. Like you have all this solo energy. I don't think that you're feeding into it, but this person is very jealous, very possessive, and very jealous. And so they're like, you know, they're really nervous about who you're hanging out with, who you're talking to. So you might end up like, you know, choosing to move out and do your own thing and be like, I'm just going to be, like I said, what did I say, single with a boyfriend? Like you're just like, I'm going to be single for a while until you kind of get yourself together. But let's see. I might have to take all of that back. But yeah, I do feel like 5 years from now, you're definitely in some sort of relationship. Starting off with the 9 of Swords and that black cat. Oh, death. You had death every pile. That is why I use different cards, because I think different decks for each question, because it's interesting to see the theme. So 5 years from now, major endings for a new beginning elsewhere. But this year seems to be focusing on the endings particular. I'm sure that 6th year will be the reuniting and coming together. But this 5 years from now, there's going to be a lot of stuff ending. But, you know, that is the devil. Guys, I'm going to have to dig into it. Pile number 3, the devil has also come out in almost every pile that we've done. The 3 of Cups. The Lovers. The Page of Swords. And one more. Yeah, there's a lot of spying energy. The 2 of Swords. And then we got a little bonus right here. The 8 of Wands. So, and the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so you're exiting this energy, actually. Maybe the person that you're encountering with, they have like addictions, issues. Addiction is a problem at some point. If that makes sense for you, don't take it. Again, this is all subjective. I cannot express that enough. But if you're a reader and you're seeing these cards, I'm shuffling them on camera. The devil coming out like it has next to the death card. Excuse me, that can only mean so many things. So there's definitely an ending of like a controlling or like a really, you know, just a very kind of limiting experience. And so you're moving forward. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles here. This woman is depicted, you know, pregnant. So there might be some sort of pregnancy. You might be faced with a choice if you're going to move in that direction and have the baby or not. But I do kind of see like a pregnancy of some sort. For some of you, if that makes sense, if that lines up with your timeline. I don't think that the timing of it will be great, but you're going to be moving and kind of doing your own thing. So it just depends on where you are in your journey. It's interesting to see the Lovers, the devil to the Emperor, because the Lovers and the devil, traditionally, they're the same energy. They're the same couple. So this is very much twin flamey. So I just feel like 5 years from now, you and the person that I think is probably going to be long-term commitment, it does seem like there's going to be an issue of control and jealousy and needing to break out of that. And so I do feel like the feminine watching this is going to be like, you know what, you're not going to tell me what to do. This person's going to be like, I'm telling you what to do. And you're like, no. And you just kind of break away from it. Or you end up leaving and going in a different direction, moving, traveling. Because I honestly feel like this person's control issues might be a little heavy 5 years from now. But again, it's because you're about to move and do your own thing. So, this is a whirlwind. So 5 years from now, this snapshot it's something, pile 3. But I do feel like, yeah, the Fool card to the World, to the 3 of Swords, you're moving. Yup, there's the jealousy, the King of Cups again, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So there's still a couple here. There's a lot of success and all that good stuff at some points in times, but it just seems like the jealousy of the whatever relationship that you're in at the time is going to be quite overwhelming, and you're gonna be like, I gotta go, I gotta get out of here. So you're gonna have the choice to kind of leave. Be mindful. If you have addictive personality disorder, be mindful not to get into anything that you're not trying to stay in. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with the drugs that you're using. Be careful with the drugs that you're putting into your body. I do feel, I'm giggling and it might not be funny, but pile 3, I will say, if you do end up picking up a habit that you don't particularly care for between now and 5 years, you will break it because of all the Scorpio energy. So this will just, like, you're gonna break the habit. I don't see it being anything that you can't, like, kick, you know, like, and I don't even see you going back to it with the death card, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna be like, I'm leaving, I'm done, I'm gonna go start somewhere else and just be a new person. I'm cutting out the friends that I've had that have been bad influences. This relationship has been really grueling, so I'm walking away from this relationship. I see you taking back whatever control that you felt like you lost. You're definitely regaining it as you start moving forward, but it does seem to be there's definitely going to be a separation between you and a King of Cups energy. They're not great with their emotions. They're just not really great with their emotions, quite honestly. There's no other way to put it. Their emotions manifest as, like, really jealous and all that other stuff. There's a lot of love there with the King of Cups, but they just do not know how to express it. But again, it's showing, like, you know, they're at your feet for what it's worth, but they just are extremely not coming off well. Yeah, the 7 of Wands. This is not going to be a good little chapter in your love life 5 years from now. There's definitely going to be some sort of break, some sort of separation. 2 sevens. Okay, I was just about to say the 7, 7, 10. Yeah, endings. The Chariot. You're going to have to move forward. You're going to have to move forward from this connection. I'm going to pull to see if it gets better. So we're going to see, because I'm curious. But we got the 7 of Wands to the 7 of Cups. So this is fated. You know, this has to happen. This is a part of the journey. This is just a part of the legacy. Again, if you want to redirect your energies and all the other stuff, then you can. I'm not, you know, you're not tied to this reading by any means. It's for entertainment purposes only, but just reading for what I see. The 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Do not fight your intuition. When you know when it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's time to move forward, it's time to move forward. What is the next chapter of this connection, Spirit? The 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, excuse me, the 4 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and one more card, Spirit. We have the Hierophant, the Hermit card. Oh. So the next phase, and it'll be up to you, it'll be different, but this person is going to feel so hurt, so left out, so abandoned, so left behind. They're going to feel like they're watching your life through a glass wall, you know. They are really, with the 9 of Cups here to the Hierophant, I do feel like they're going, notice how, like, he's, like, you know, begging, like, he's, like, begging for her to come back and all the other stuff too. So this person will probably end up fighting for your affection again. They will want to talk to you and talk it out. And then again, it forces them to move into this Hierophant. So after this and all this other stuff that ends up happening, again, please don't come for me in the comment section. I'm just reading the energies. If this doesn't sound like you, then that's okay. But for some of you guys, this person is, like I said, it forces them to mature. So they might be like, let's get married. Like, I'm ready. Like, let's settle down. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to be without you. For some of you guys, because they feel really, really bad. They feel really, really left out of this connection. They hide it. Like, you probably won't talk to this person for some period of time. What is this? The 3 of Wands. Yeah, the 3 of Wands, they're going to want to reunite. They'll probably come travel to you. You're literally going to stop talking to this person. And then it feels like, you know, they might come back around. And more stable, honestly. Yeah, the 4 of Wands, yeah, they're going to come in with a playful attitude. So, like, that's what I was saying. I feel like you and this person are kind of, y'all are connected for sure. Again, we have the Devil Lovers energy. That's always, to me, that's always twin flame energy. So they're kind of hard to get out of. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. So the Passion. And then I just want to pull some more. The 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. It's up to you. The King of Pentacles. The Star card. It's up to you. Like I said, you leave. You end up going to go do your own thing. This person feels super left out, super abandoned. They want to come back. They want to work it out. They want to passionately come back to you. I feel like you guys start off as friends, and then in order to move into the more serious side of things, whether it's marriage, you're either going to choose to marry this person or you're not. It just depends. But I do feel like this ending that ends up happening 5 years from now, by the 6th year, they're going to be trying to regain some sort of balance, some sort of healing. It has the opportunity to heal itself. Some of you guys are going to choose not to, you're going to follow your intuition. So you guys do have that free will. I want to see if I can get any more. I'm going to use a different deck, but I want to see if I can get any more for your career. I'll use the mini cards. Excuse me. Four of Pentacles, career. Because I wasn't really satisfied with that career thing, other than you're moving double fours. So maybe not much of anything, it might be taking a pause. The Nine of Cups, Three of Swords. That's what it is. The Ten of Cups, and then Pentacles, Six of... Okay. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting it. All right, interesting. Ace of Cups. All right, Two of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. All right. So fours again. Okay, so I feel like 5 years from now, career-wise, you're probably working. I feel like at the top of the 5 years, you're like in the midst of about to take a break, or you're in the middle of a break, and then like you're taking a step back from your career. Your focus could be elsewhere. Like I said, there might be a baby. There's something here that you're stopping whatever it is for a second, and then an opportunity comes in that you really want to do, that you really want to pursue, and again, it causes you to leave, it causes you to move, it causes you to go elsewhere, again, probably overseas for some of you guys if that's something that interests you, but it causes you to move. And then that's kind of when all the issues end up coming in with your relationship, because it's like, now it's long distance, and this person is probably not a long distance oriented type person. So as kind of forceful as their energy is, I doubt that they believe in long distance, because they have trust issues, honestly. So I do feel like your career at the top of this 5 years from now is going to be pretty on hold. It's going to be pretty stagnant. And I think that's what you want. I think that you're actually in the middle of taking some sort of break, but then another opportunity comes in that you absolutely love, the thing that you've really been wanting to do, the things that you've been striving for, moving towards. And then that's when you grab your boots and your coat and you go and move your ass to your dream apartment, your dream place, and your dream city, and you start doing your dream job. The Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. You again, and I'm being drawn to the number 6 here. 6 years from now, you are going to be living the freaking dream. I think this connection is going to be what it's going to be. For some of you guys, you're going to go back, you're going to work it out with them. For others of you, y'all are just going to remain friends, like lifetime friends. You might not even want to be in committed relationships by the time it's all said and done, just because you don't want to be tied down. This might put a pad taste in your mouth forever, so it just depends on how you kind of set up. But I just imagine that at the beginning, there does seem to be a lull. It could even be, not to get too much into it. Let's see how we're going. Oh, yeah, great. So this is the same length as all the other readings. But it could be that some of you guys, you are the person that you're with, the Emperor. Remember, they popped up as the Emperor. They're used to being the provider, and you don't really have to do anything. You can kind of do whatever. And then there seems to be a moment where it's your time to shine, and then that causes a disruption in the connection, the rhythm that this person was used to, and the rhythm that you were used to. Because you're like, great, now I get to go pursue what I've been trying to pursue the entire time. I'm off to go live my dreams, and they're like, what? So it just feels like a lull. There's definitely some sort of lull. You could easily be working from home still, or doing something like that. But yeah, so major transformation that happens 6 years from now. The 6 years from now reading would be awesome. The 5 years from now, it's a lot of changes are happening, but I do feel like they're positive changes. You're wanting to move. You're nervous about moving on. Whatever it is that you want to pursue, you have to move elsewhere in order to accomplish it, is really what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and get you some oracle cards, and then we can get you out of here, powerfully. We could shut this reading down. All that glitters. So interesting. it does feel like, especially we got a lot of gold, golden palace, all that glitters. So there's victory here. There really is victory. But I do think that, you know, it's like all that glitters ain't gold. Oh my gosh, not the soulmate card. Yeah, Spirit is doubling down on that. You and this person are, this is just, relationships come with highs and lows. I just happen to pick a year where it's a little low. But this is a soulmate. This is soulmate energy. So you're going to find your way back around. Like I said, when you leave this person, they're going to feel so horrible. They're not going to know what to do with themselves. So it's just going to be a matter of time before they try to like weasel their way back in. But anyways, I'm kidding. Because I do feel like you guys have the key to one another's hearts. There's just going to be an awkward snag in the relationship. But all that glitters, you know, the mask there always shows that there's going to be like an unveiling of some sort. You know, like there's going to be a truth that comes out or something to be revealed, right? Yeah, between worlds. 3, you're just going to be changing something. I feel like for some of you guys, it's really weird because it feels like between now and this 5 years, you end up starting to do something. You really, really love it. And then you end up being like, I can't do this. I can't, but I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. I'm chilling out. And then another opportunity comes in. So you're just really between worlds. You're between friends. You're between a relationship. You're just in the midst of like really, truly figuring yourself out and like knowing who you are outside of this relationship, which is very, very overpowering, to be honest, to see the devil and death come up and the devil and the lovers come up over and over again. It just is clear that this relationship is very, very, you know, it's very close knit. And so, of course, that has to be challenged at times. But I just feel like you're going to be living like your dream. You're going to be at the beginning of your dream life. You know, all that glitters. You're going to be the person that you've always imagined yourself to be. You're not so much going to be on the climb anymore. Oh my goodness. New life. What'd I say? Yeah. You're going to be at really the beginning of an entirely new life. A change in the wind. We got a couple, observer, and then peace. So just be along for the ride. Truth be told, there's going to be doors and windows that are opening. So yeah, there's just major changes. This 5 years for you, if we looked at your chart, I'm sure that you have some pretty wild astrological placements that are going on that are just really causing a lot of disruption. But this is awesome. To be fair, I do feel like you're finally going to be able to get what it is that you want. But the next 5 years from now is going to be filled with like a lot of like devil energy, which isn't inherently bad. It's just a lot of boots and cats, like a lot of drugs, a lot of fun. And then by the time that's done, you're like, all right, I'm about to, let me sit down for a minute. Let me get myself together. And then an opportunity comes in that you really love and you end up doing that. So if you're not drugs and all the other stuff, it could be work. You know, workaholic isn't a holic. You know, there's something here with the devil. You saw it. I saw it. You saw it. We saw it. There's something that's not great in the midst of that, some type of temptation. And it could be Saturn. For some of you guys, you could be hitting your Saturn return. It could just be like your karma that you're finally fulfilling within the next 5 years. So it just depends. You know, look at your chart. Check your chart. But that is what I got for you overall. 5 years from now, that is what your life will look like. A snapshot in a life of parentheses. Again, you're not beholden to this reading. This is just like a really fun, entertainment-based reading of what could possibly happen on a certain timeline in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So take it with a grain of salt. But that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the reading. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support and all the loving. Thank you guys. Peace. Until next time.